Okay, great. So are we, I'm not super familiar with ads, but are we on the campaign overview? I think this is the
Um,
overview page that we're looking at.
yeah, hang on, let me just get rid of that. Can you see it all right? It's looking grayed out on my screen. Can you see it okay on yours?
I can
Oh,
see it
that's fine.
okay.
So long as you can, that's all
Okay.
right. Um, so
So
yeah.
could you
What we got?
close the quick help on the right hand
Yeah,
side? That
give
might give
ourselves a
us
bit more
just a little
space.
bit more space.
Okay.
And then yeah, if you scroll down a little bit, we can just see what kinds of things are currently set up.
So
Great. Here we can see the different campaigns.
yeah. Uh, so yeah, I mean, each campaign. If I can probably, I don't know whether I can drill into a campaign. I must be able to, I guess. I can't say I've ever used this.
No, that's
Um,
okay.
but yeah, there's some stuff here that goes down for ages. There's just masses of it. Um, top searches. Interesting, I guess.
Here we can see your keywords.
Yeah, I mean, that's page 1 of 7. No, sorry,
Yeah.
keywords here.
Yeah.
Yeah, page 1 of 10. But that's nowhere near, obviously. That must be very summarized. Let's just
Yeah,
see.
I think that these are actually things that they've set up because you can
Yeah,
see that there's a cost associated with them. So they've attributed a certain budget, I
yeah.
think.
I mean, this is all out of the donated ads budget, so it's
Exactly.
none of it's real money. But yeah, everything has
Yeah.
a cost. Um, I think a lot of the time that you're not allowed to spend more than $2 per click with
Okay.
donated ads.
Okay.
Um, but I think the cost of the ads has gone up quite a lot. So it's, a lot of them are getting closer to the $2 mark than they were before.
Okay.
Um, so yeah,
Good
that's
to
that.
Okay, and then if we could, on the left-hand side where it says
Yep.
campaigns,
hmm
could we click into that and have a look in
Just
there?
campaigns one to start with.
Yes, please.
So,
And then at the very, oh yeah, we can have a look at these campaigns
so
here.
there are
Maybe
6 campaigns.
six. Let's click into the Animals 2024 campaign
Okay.
at the very top, as that looks
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
the biggest.
Yeah. So, I mean, it
So this
should
is,
cover all of the animals. Yeah, there's 119.
okay. Okay, so that's mostly animals. And can we go back now and just
Mhm.
see what some of the other ones are? Environment. I wonder why that one has zero costs associated with it. Can we click into that?
That's weird, isn't it?
Maybe because it's the target cost has gone up. Maybe this is what you were.
Good grief. I charge you $20 for that. Okay. Yeah, that'd be
But
why.
maybe we can have a look and see when
Yeah, that's mad.
that
I'm
is
showing you it.
mad.
$20 for someone to click on a link for climate change. And even more so for frogs spawn and
Capitalizing.
tadpoles. Pardon?
Yeah, I'm I'm wondering if there's something gone off here because I don't think that. Can we?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not sure what the target CPA what that means. Maybe we if we look back.
There
Oh,
we
there we
go.
are.
Click for action. The average amount you'd like to pay for a conversion. You can change your target CPA at any time.
I see. I think that this is they've just
Sorry,
not
just click on.
bothered to update this.
That's yeah. It's probably good that we're looking at this to see what's actually not happening, because obviously quite a lot isn't. I mean, some of these would actually be really useful for us, particularly things like climate change. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them aren't that useful, but climate change would be energy, environment extinction. These are all showing at $20, which can't be all but removed. I mean, what happens when you click into one of these? Because I just want to see whether it's because, I mean, we have got a lot of ad groups that are saying they're disapproved for various reasons.
Yeah.
And I wonder whether the target CPA has disabled them as well. Not eligible. Yeah, you see this one, it's not eligible, presumably because the target CPA is too expensive. Let's have a look.
Let's go back into one where there was some things that were live. I just want to make sure that we're understanding it correctly. So if we go back into the animals.
Back into animals, yeah, where there are plenty of them.
Campaign.
That are working. This now doesn't have a target CPA, which is a bit odd.
Yeah.
And average cost per click here is coming in at not much under $2, a lot of them.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this is maybe just a configuration issue somehow. I don't know too much about it, but I know that some people on the team know much more than I. So we can make sure that we do a full audit of of this. I think anyways we'll need to reassess, and this is kind of why I wanted to get a sense for your targets. Kind of, we might reassess how we structure the campaigns actually, and I think there's maybe new content and stuff since you've originally set this up, and there's also new trending content in the world, for instance, that we can also link into. Can we have a look and just see what the other campaign groups originally were?
Oh, they've gone now. And just the ad groups, you mean, or campaign in campaigns?
In campaigns, if you go to the top, I think we're in animal campaigns at the moment. See in the top.
Sorry. All campaigns.
Yeah, so we have environment, charity, climate change. What is CSR?
Corporate social responsibility. So the idea of that is, and that's a bad one to have paused. What? Is that Google's price, do we think?
I think no, I think that's the overall budget.
That's the overall budget. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So why is that all paused? All ad groups in your campaign are paused. Unpause.
So let's click into that and we can see what's going on with the ad group. Due to low activity, it says.
Okay, so maybe no one was bothering to click on it, I guess.
But maybe we need to find a better way to target those users.
So if we go into that, what's that telling us? So it's saying not eligible. This keyword can't run ads. Is it because the not eligible?
We'll have a look into all of the specifics. I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure there's a way we can make them eligible.
It looks like with these, it might be that you need to be spending more than $2.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can. Well, you can't on the Google Ads rules. So maybe that's why they've had to pause them all, because everything's just overpriced. All of these are saying enhance, aren't they? And they're not happy with the idea of $2.
What does it say when you hover on it? I missed that. It said.
Can I get it to do it again? Is that it now?
I think on the little image beside it. I think there.
There we go.
Bid simulator isn't available because this keyword doesn't have enough recent performance data. Yeah, maybe it could be because they're more expensive. But we'll dig into that a little bit
Saying that.
more.
Yeah. Okay.
The one thing I wanted to double check also is that we should be targeting the UK. Is that correct? Or are you?
Yeah. Well, ideally, we are debating the idea of getting ourselves representation in the US because of the fact
Okay.
that we're getting so many American users.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
And yeah, what we're going to do, because we've looked at the options of setting up a 501(c) or C3, whatever it is, but I think that will be quite expensive, time consuming, and we'll actually need people in the US, at least like a group of trustees, if nothing else.
Mhm.
And we'd have to do all our reporting in the US as well, which is,
Yeah.
I mean, if we were suddenly getting tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, it might be worth it. But if we're getting, the odd couple of thousand and it's just causing a load of admin headache, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But there are intermediary services. So CAF, who we bank with, the Charities Aid Foundation, they've got CAF America, and you can kind of join that. And then they provide you with the equivalency of a 501(c)
Right.
in the States, so that people can donate to you and get the tax benefits that they'd get from donating to a US registered
Right.
charity. They charge, I think it's 8% on the donations,
Yeah.
get the rest of the money. So that might be a way that we can do it, at least in the short
Okay.
term.
Okay.
But yeah, generally, UK makes more sense. I'm not sure, where we find out how they're being targeted at the moment, or if you can even find that out. That's not, that doesn't slide to where. Yeah, no
Can you have
idea.
a look at them on the audiences? If you see on the bottom left corner,
Yeah,
there's keywords and audiences. I just want to see if there's anything set up in here. Not really. Maybe because
not a
there's
lot.
no data. Yeah.
There's not a lot there. Nothing for gender either, or household income. So no, it looks like.
Okay. Can you actually look at audiences for maybe animals just to see? If you at the top there, yeah, where it says
Yeah. No.
CSR, you can change that, I think.
Oh yeah, we've got a little bit now. So if we go to age, gender, household income, that's surprising.
Yeah, I don't know where they would get that data. That's kind of.
Well, it looks like it's all unknown. They haven't got anything that's worthwhile on that, which doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
So
I
okay,
was just wanted to see if there were any audience segments or anything set up. It doesn't look like it.
it looks like we'd have to add audience segments.
Yeah. Okay. And then would you mind if we look into the goals? So on the very left-hand corner, even left of that, yeah, if there's
Yep.
anything in there.
Conversions first of all. Right, so attention.
So I'm not sure if has this been updated to be attached to the new website actually?
Probably not.
Okay. Okay, so it
Actually,
might be, I'm not sure, yeah.
it may, well, yeah, it must have been because everything else has been, or at least all the animal ones have been.
Okay.
Don't know whether the environment ones, well, the environment ones don't appear to be working for whatever reason. Android installs. It's a weird one.
Yeah. Because
We don't.
it's not an app, it's not an app.
We haven't got a mobile app, so
Yeah,
that's just
I
weird.
wonder. I think this is, oh, it says account default goal. So I think that maybe,
Ah, right, okay. If it's a default, yeah, that's just something that Google stuck in, I suppose. Yeah, because
Exactly.
we don't really get phone calls either, but call clicks from ads, calls from ads.
But
Yeah, none. That makes sense. um,
and the download and fact sheet, this doesn't look like it's attached to anything because there's nothing. These are Google tags that I think we would need to set up on the website.
yeah, so that tag, yeah, that might explain why we're seeing much fewer downloads.
Yeah.
It's the fact that the tag is no longer working, which would kind of stop it, wouldn't it?
Okay. Okay, maybe we can skip through to the tools then. So beneath the goals button, I just wanted to see if there is anything set up. It doesn't look like um, anything is being tracked here. I think that this is okay. Okay, maybe billing would be good to look at then. Oh, it's being sent to um, the other agency, so we can't have a look at that.
Well, I mean, they don't bill us anyway because
Yeah.
we don't pay. So
Okay. And
I suppose
it's 10,000, isn't it? $10,000,
no, 40,000 a month.
40,000 a month. Okay.
Yeah, because we're still on Grants Pro,
Okay.
um, which is their sort of the very much enhanced service. So yeah, no, I think normally for a charity it's 10,000 a month, but
Okay.
for what we've got, there's 40,000 available.
Okay. Okay. And then kind of in terms of your your own goals then, what would you like to achieve with Google Ads?
It's mostly about getting more people to come to the website to look for information. If they're doing a general internet search for environmental information, we'd rather they got ours than somebody else's.
Yeah.
That's one of the key things. Then I guess people who are in the mood to donate can be channeled in our direction, but there aren't going to be many of
Yeah.
those. And then the other thing is that sort of CSR factor of corporate social responsibility. Any companies that are interested in doing any sort of support for charities, would like them to be able to at least have a look at us. At the moment, with economic climate being the way it is, I don't think there are going to be many companies doing that just a bit, but fortunately. Because I think the most will be thinking about charitable support as being one of the things that they can get rid of without it causing too many problems, rather
Yeah.
than having to lose people and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
expecting a tough year with companies this year.
Yeah,
On the whole,
absolutely.
yeah.
And then in terms of getting more people onto the website, are we those people we're talking about, obviously students,
Yeah,
teachers, parents,
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
those are the main ones, really.
the main ones.
Then again, any potential sponsors or donors would be the only other ones that
Yeah.
might. I mean, I would think most donors would probably end up being a parent anyway, or
Mm.
have some affinity with wanting young people to learn more about the environment. So that probably crosses over to some degree.
Okay.
But yeah, and grant makers, of course, as well. The charitable trusts that give money rather than doing things
Yeah.
themselves.
Okay. Grant workers. Okay. Great. I think that's all the information I need for now.
Okay.
Um, maybe look at the campaign summary one last time. So overview. This is 817 clicks. Oh, can we change the custom date range maybe to the last, is that the last 30 days already? Or what is
I
that?
think
Yeah.
that is,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's there we go. That's the last 30 days.
Okay.
968 clicks. That's really not very many.
Can we look at it over the year just to see on average? Oh yeah, all time.
All
Is there a
time, should we do
year?
that? What?
So since this is saying since 2014, I guess these are clicks on the ads, so not clicks on the.
Yeah, but that's wildly inaccurate.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, how could we possibly in what's that? That's 10 years nearly.
Yeah.
No, 11 years have got 7,000 clicks. I mean, yeah, we've had last year we got £312,000 worth of ads.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, because this is just saying. Oh, you know why? Because we're looking at animals. That's why.
oh, for
I
Animals
think.
24, should we just can you do
How do we
Fuel
remove
6?
this?
Can we do that? Ah, there we are.
Ah,
2.27
there
million.
we
That
go.
looks more like
Okay.
it. Yeah, I was going to say that's like, what? That can't be right. So yeah, all time isn't massively useful though, is it? There's no last year. I can do it as a custom, I suppose, can't I? So let's do the start date as being where are we now? 23rd of April. So the 24th of April, 24 to the 23rd of April, 25. Apply that, and then we'll see where we are. It's not great. You can see there's been quite a fall off since the site changed. Yeah, it was more or
Yeah.
less time the site changed, then it went down completely. And
Yeah.
then it's conversion. I don't know whether there's been the conversions just haven't been set up or something, because we were getting conversions and now we're getting no conversions at all.
Yeah, I think it must be something to do with the kind of configuration. I'm not sure if this has been looked into at all.
No, I mean, I suspect that what happened was it was enough of a hassle to reallocate all of the ads to the new, relink everything to the new site,
Yeah.
and then they haven't bothered to do the conversions as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's quite a costly exercise reallocating, it turned out.
Yeah.
We hadn't been told about in advance, but it was quite costly.
Okay.
So, which, it's bound to be, I guess, because there
Yeah.
were obviously probably thousands of links to change.
Yeah.
So it was going to take a while. But yeah, I don't know why the conversions haven't been done, because you just thought that would be relatively simpler. Maybe it isn't, or maybe it's because they
Yeah.
need to put things into the code on the site that aren't there,
Yeah,
in and stuff like that.
that's what I'm wondering about. Um, okay,
It's-
we'll dig into this a little bit more.
yeah,
I
but it
think in
explains
terms
things.
of structure, like talking to the team, they kind of basically said what you just said to me now is like the first month or so is going to be about configuration and getting
Yeah,
everything set
yeah,
up. Also looking through your existing campaigns, seeing what's broken, seeing what can be improved, looking
yeah,
at kind of what what needs to be changed in terms of the keywords, and then there will be a period of just kind of watching. So we would recommend the first
sure.
month would be
Okay,
implementation, and the next 2 months would be looking to see what's tracking and making sure everything's
okay,
tracking appropriately.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. You can see
but
here.
yeah,
I just called up the prior year, and there's quite a massive difference actually.
yeah,
So that's something to be, yeah, definitely worked on, I think, because what we've got now is not massively useful, I guess. If we look at, to do 1st of April to the 31st of March of 25 to give comparison. So we've got 75,000. It goes to, it's less than half.
half of that.
And the
Yeah,
conversion cost has gone up by $30 per conversion. So yeah, and of course there haven't been any conversions since
Yeah, I
September.
think that that must be what's also skewing a little bit
That will
the
definitely
cost
skew the cost of
conversion.
conversion.
Yeah.
Yeah, um,
Okay.
for sure. Because yeah, there'll still be a cost going on for each of these ads that have been clicked on, even if there is
Yeah.
no conversion set up.
Okay. Okay, great. Thanks
Yeah.
for going
So
through that with me.
okay.
Sorry, it's a little
Yeah.
bit depressing. I know to look
Well,
through all
it's
this.
yeah, it's just annoying that it's difficult to know what it's about in the first place, but then you find that half of it's probably not set up anyway, um, and that just means we must be wasting ads at the moment with
Yeah.
all those groups that aren't really working. Unless, of course, if the price has gone up to like $20 as the base price for a click now, then clearly we're not
Yeah.
going to be able to do that anymore.
I don't think so. I think that that was I think that was we're either reading that wrong or that was like the budget for the day on that
Okay.
particular thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
okay. Well, I will work on getting this together for you. We'll have it over to you by next week at the very latest.
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you. That's
Okay.
great. And yeah, I've got a meeting with Halim tomorrow as well. So just go through some stuff. I've still got to look at the things that he's been sending me last week because I was away last week. So
Oh, where were you?
well, I was just off for the week, really. We went to Pembrokeshire the first weekend before Easter. Then I had the week and then Easter off as well. So that was
Okay.
quite nice.
Good.
But yeah, most of it we were at home. We did go and visit my mum. Um, then my wife's mother came here as well. So it's been
Okay.
lots of things going on. But
Okay. Well, nice to see you, Peter. It's been a long
yeah, you
time,
too,
but
Christina. Yeah, it has been a while. But
have
anyway,
a
yeah,
good rest of your week.
thanks very much. Yeah, you too. Okay, take care. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye.